Hey there, Ramble Force. Welcome back to another episode of the Digital Ramble. It's episode 107, and I'm joined as always by JJ Cannon in Houston, Texas. Hey, JJ.
Chris, good to see you again. And this week we have a fantastic interview with some of our good friends over in the UK.
Yes, one of them is somebody I've known for many, many years. I've done business with him and partied with him. I've done all sorts with him. With Chris Pinder of OneAV. And he's also joined by his new business partner and collaborator, and that's Megan Ace.
Yeah, she's an interior designer, and today we're talking about a new product that Chris is introducing to the market called Laser TV. Now, it's not quite what you think it might be, so stay tuned so we can introduce you, and Chris can help us introduce you all of the cool things about this new Laser TV.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about this because TV's been pretty the same for many, many years. You know, we've both got TVs behind us if you're watching on a video. This is a very different approach to TV, so stay tuned for this whole episode because there's a lot of not just tech talk, but there's a lot of interior talk. There's a lot of talking about trends in both, you know, the home, businesses, and what this kind of technology is offering to people in lockdown. You know, we even talk about education and all sorts of stuff with this product.
Yeah, man, it's a super cool episode. We're super excited about putting it out there for y'all to learn about. And this product is available now. You can get it today.
I know. I'm actually excited about going to see this. And I know we spoke about it in a previous episode. I'm moving home and I'm thinking, maybe a new house. I could go Laser TV.
Yeah. For those that are new to the Digital Ramble, Chris and I, we've been doing this for close to 2 years now. Episode 107, all of them full of useful knowledge about home technology solutions. I'm JJ Cannon, CEO of Digital Delight, where we take technology and make it super fun, user-friendly, compact, minimalistic, affordable here in the Houston and surrounding area. You can find out more about what I'm all about at digitaldelight.com.
And I'm JJ's co-host, Chris Gamble, founder and co-owner at Customize. We're based in the east of England, covering East Anglia and the London area. Customize.uk.com to find out about us, or follow us on Instagram at customized1.
Yeah, Gamble. And all of our episodes that we've collected and we've put together, you can find those on our website at digitalrambleshow.com. You can also search us out on podcasts because we're on 11 podcast streaming services. You can't miss us.
JJ, let's get into this episard. I wish we could bring the screen up, but no, I'm giving away clues here.
Oh, dude. All right, let's get into this.
All right, push that button, JJ.
Digital Ramblers, welcome back, episode 107. And today we have two very special guests. We have with us Chris Pinder and Megan Ace. How are y'all doing?
Very well indeed.
Cool. Good job.
How are you guys?
Oh man, we're doing great. I'm finally cooling down from some of the heat down here in Texas.
Oh, don't. You'll make us jealous. It's freezing here.
Yeah, it's raining here, but that is England after all.
Yeah.
That's why you need a laser TV. You need a laser TV here so you can, when it's raining outside, you've got something to do on the inside.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, we need some laser TVs down here in the States too. So, and we're going to be talking about that today. Super cool interview. We're talking about the new Laser TV. It's not quite what the name says, and we're going to go through and detail that. But quickly, if we could have each of y'all introduce yourself, let our audience know what y'all's background is.
Yeah, I'll jump in. My name's Chris Pinder. I am a entrepreneur or techpreneur or an investor, founder of companies that operate within the AV space in the UK mainly. And I've originally best known for a company that sold HDMI cables and connectivity products. Then I started a AV technology distributor that sells all sorts of paraphernalia for the smart home, whether that be screens, speakers, cabling, control system devices. And laser TV is a new project of mine, a new technology that I'm very excited about, that I think has a place in the world in which I find myself operating, which is that smart home mixed with interior design world. And yeah, I needed some help on the interior design front, and it just so happened through a mutual friend, Megan Ace, a local interior designer, very well known locally, said she was interested in helping me with the project. Go ahead, Megan, and tell your side of things.
Yeah, so I'm Megan Ace. I'm an interior designer and a stylist. I work primarily with residential properties. And I like to work on a kind of multi-sensory kind of vision and purpose, I suppose. I like to think about texture, not only sight, but also sound, smell. What does that person do in that room? What do they need that room for? And I also create content on behalf of brands and companies on social media. And I speak at events and that kind of thing.
Awesome, guys. So you're both based in the west of England, Worcester and Malvern.
That's right, Malvern. Yeah,
two really lovely places. So laser TV, you know, I want to put it out there straight away. This is not a TV in the traditional sense that people are thinking. It's what they've had in their living room, their kitchen, their bedrooms for years and years. It's not the flat panel TV that we're thinking of here. This is a slightly different thing. So explain to us what laser TV is and how it differs from the traditional television that's in every home in this country and all over the world.
The reason why it's called laser TV is because the proper title for it is ultra short throw laser projection, or UST laser projection. And that is just too much of a mouthful for the marketing department of any technology company. So like all marketing departments, they just look through, what does this thing do? Oh, it's a laser projector, and it enables you to watch TV. So let's just call it laser TV. And that is essentially the marketing department, like with a lot of things, have just coined the term laser TV for this ultra short throw projection technology. Meg?
Okay, I'm just noticing, guys, you two in the background have got the traditional kind of television on the wall.
Yeah.
So my job tends to be to kind of disguise that, and generally my clients almost want to camouflage the television and blur it into the background. So what I would tend to do if a television is having to go on the wall is paint that wall dark, so again it can kind of disappear into the background. But obviously with something like this, it really kind of sits within my, I suppose, ethos of creating multifunctional spaces. And Chris and I were just speaking earlier about what lockdown is proving, that we're all working from home so much more, that our houses are having to A, work harder for us, and B, provide these multifunctional spaces throughout the day. So one minute you might need to be homeschooling your 5-year-old, and then in the evening you want it to turn into maybe an adult only space. And I think creating those moments of change in the same magic, and what if we can achieve that, then what happened?
Is that Megan's internet went a bit rubbish with your answer?
Is he frozen?
Just
no, did it?
Yeah.
We're back now, but just for a couple of seconds. Yeah.
But
where was
maybe
I?
we need to focus more on the like what it actually is physically.
Okay. Well, it disappears. That's the beauty of it.
But this is big. This is a big screen. Look,
yeah.
Like it's not behind me is a 65-inch TV. Behind JJ, it's probably a 55-inch.
Yeah,
TV.
but the difference is that it can go up and down. So when you want to watch telly, you pop a button and you press a button, it pops up, and then when you don't, you press a button and it disappears.
Yeah.
That's super cool. You know, and Chris, when you were talking, you used the word ultra short throw. You know, when people hear about projectors, usually that's mounting it up in the ceiling. And Megan, you don't like that. It's like a giant something or another hanging from the ceiling. It's just nasty. It's an eyesore. It never matches anything. And as a designer, as well as an integrator like myself and Chris, you know, we're trying to get as much ceiling acme out of the way as possible. You know, it's just, you know, a projector for me has just always been an eyesore unless it's in, you know, a theater that you can actually recess it into the wall. And
Yeah.
so this
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
That's exactly what we're working on. So I've come aboard to try and design a piece of furniture that it can do exactly that it can be recessed into. And also even more than that, if you're working or if you're developing a project or adding an extension and you're laying a brand new floor, so you'll be able to speak to your carpenter about recessing this thing into the floorboards, and it's completely camouflaged.
That's cool. Kind of like a heater register or something like that might be in the floor.
Exactly, JJ.
That is that has access to, you know, illuminate or to project up on the wall. Chris, how far off of the wall can this set? I mean, is it right up on the wall, or does it have to be 4 feet off the wall? What are we talking about here?
For a 100-inch image, it needs to be 7 inches away from the wall.
Dude, that's like nothing. That's
it's not very. And if you want 120 inches, it's like 8.5 inches away from the wall.
Oh, so it's not double. It's not like 7 inches or how many sizes can you do?
Now, this particular projector that we sell, which is called Vava, it's a Chinese brand, as so many projectors are in this space, because that's really where the technology is taking off. It can do 150 inch from like 10 inches away or less. It's insane. And I didn't really. It's one of those things, I didn't believe it was possible until I physically saw it. And I came across it I have to go to China quite regularly for work, and I like to go around the shopping malls and see what Chinese electronics stores are like, because I actually have an electronics retail background. I used to work in, my first job was working at a shop in the UK called Comet, sadly gone now. And then I worked for Currys, and I've worked for pretty much most of the electrical retailers in the UK. So that's my background. So I love going into other countries and seeing how they do it. And if you go through a Chinese electronics store, what I was seeing a couple of years ago was air purification systems, and you know, they just had SARS, I think, you know, and there was a lot of this technology which we will begin to see over here. A lot of people, Dyson are now doing an air purification fan, for example. And then you go through to the back of the store where the big screens are with all these brands you've never heard before of your life. But these are the brands that are actually manufacturing for, like, Vizio in the States, for example. Massive brand in the USA, but it's actually made by, you know, a Chinese TV brand. But then at the back of the store, I came across this ultra short throw projectors with these pop up down screens, and I was just totally wowed by the demo, because the ambient light levels in the store were quite high, yet this projector was able to produce a very bright image with deep blacks on a screen that rolled up out of a cassette. And this sort of technology, like, they had the roll-up OLED screen at CES, I think LG, and that took all the press media attention because of the nature that it rolled up and rolled down. Well, that's exactly what laser TV screens do. They can roll up and roll down. And for a fraction of the price of what one of those sort of LG OLEDs would be. So just to clarify, the laser TV has two components. It's got the ultra short throw projector plus the screen, and the two things together combine to create the TV system. And the benefits, like you say, from being ultra short throw, so close to the screen or the wall, is that you can have people walk in front of you and it doesn't interrupt with the projector. You can also install it into properties where you might not be able to mount a projector on the ceiling. or you might not be allowed to because you're renting or leasing that property. Or you might, you know, the ideal situation is for us all to have a purpose-built room, dedicated home theatre. That's the dream. But the reality is most people have got their living room and that's that. So if they can, the laser TV system is somewhere in between the full-blown cinema and a large TV. And if you can, like I say, it pops up, so you can have that cinema experience pop up when you feel like having a cinema experience. When you just want the normal 55-inch that you have for everyday use, you can keep that and have that in situ as well. So it's a new option for homeowners, for the trade to offer their clients as a way of having that really cool home entertainment that we're also craving during this period.
And Megan, are your homeowner clients, you know, the projects you're working on, are they wanting this kind of tech? Are they looking for this 150-inch screen appearing from the floor, or is that a bit big? Are they looking for something scaled down a little? Because it's large. That is a huge.
Yeah. Well, it goes down to, what's the smallest, Chris? Is it 80?
84 is the smallest,
Okay.
and then you've got 92, 100, which is the one you have in your house currently, Megan.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's
So
completely
Okay.
all your friends that come round, of which you have many, what's their reaction to the technology when they see it?
They swear like I did when I first saw it, so I won't say that. But they're just, everyone gives exactly the same reaction. But Chris, it's not only homeowners. Like, we're now talking to companies about boardrooms, and you know, for a large boardroom, it's a 100-inch laser TV. It's just absolutely fantastic, especially because, of course, it can disappear. So I think for homeowners, I've got a 100-inch one at the moment. I'd probably go a little bit smaller, but it's funny because when the cassette's kind of on the floor, it does look quite large, but as soon as it pops up and you put a movie on, you're so submerged in it. It's such a submersive experience. You don't quite notice how big it is.
How does it sound? Because that's another part of
amazing.
I saw you were using Top Gun 2 trailer as a kind of demo video. How did that sound? Because that film is just
unreal.
Not just a picture; it's a lot of the audio is to do with that film.
Yeah, it's got a Harman Kardon sound bar in it, so it's just incredible. And then you can add on as well, can't you, Chris? Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to integrate it as part of a surround sound system, like I've done in my house, you during in the setup, you just depending on how you're connecting the audio, whether that be through a separate cable or using ARC, for example, which is audio over the HDMI cable, you can turn the speaker off and it can just act as a projector. In future firmware updates, it's going to be able to act as a center speaker from a left center right array at the front. And
I've seen it down low, like right down on the floor, which to me for audio doesn't look optimal. I don't know what direction these speakers are going in, but if you can add it to your existing surround sound system or a sound bar, you know, that's a good win, especially if it's sporting that ARC as well. So that's bang on trend. That's what everybody's looking for.
I mean, it's, as you know, Chris, and as you know, JJ, most people make do. There's too much making do with technology in our everyday life. People don't realize what's possible because they're not sold it very well. Like I was talking about the retail store experiences. Electronics retail in most countries is a horrendous experience when you compare it to other types of products that we buy. And there's so little thought that goes into the demonstration of products, and the type of sales approach from a lot of sales people is so pushy and supercilious. You know, they know it all. They know better than you, so you should listen to them. And you know, they never really listen to what the customer is looking for. So the fact is, most people just make do with the sound that's coming from the speakers on their TV, and that generally is a horrendous sound quality because there's no depth to the speaker, and they use very cheap speakers to bring the price of the TV down. So the speakers built into the laser TV are an improvement probably for most people on what they already have. But yes, this is where someone like a home tech professional can come in and advise on how to enhance that experience even more. And one of the things we're doing in conjunction with Megan and a furniture company manufacturing in Birmingham in the UK is building a piece of furniture where that's the projector is a bit at a better height for that center channel. And also it's possible to use it just purely for music enjoyment as well, because Spotify is one of the apps that you can download onto the projector natively, along with Netflix.
So you can connect the projector to Wi-Fi or your...
Yeah, it's a wireless projector. Okay. You can cast to it. So for meeting rooms and displaying, showing family members that video of your daughter's acting funny yesterday, just cast it straight to the projector. Yeah, it's uses Android TV, so the platform is very familiar. Yeah, very people are familiar with it. So,
and I think when can I just jump in there?
Of course you
can. When we first met, I was meant to just do like a quick kind of 30-minute job for Chris, and then we realised that we had many more things in common. And I suppose where I try and enhance people's lives visually in the space they live in. So like exactly like Chris says, so people aren't just making do. I think your home has to be your sanctuary and your haven, especially now more than ever. I think you want to walk into your hallway and it gives you a great big cuddle and hands you a glass of wine or your favorite drink, and just encourages you to kind of be in that space and appreciate the space and enjoy that space. And exactly like Chris says, like you don't have to just make do. If a certain color resonates with you, then go for it. And I think that makes such a difference, living with color, living with your favorite things, and I can enhance people's lives in that way. And absolutely Chris can do the same with audio. And I think kind of we're really trying to blur that boundary, because there is a real crossover, and we can marry the two rather than kind of fight against each other, because actually there is this space to flourish and to make better, rather than just, don't you think that's true?
Yeah. What's the most, since you've had it in your house for a couple of weeks, what's been the most surprising thing about it for you? Like what have you enjoyed the most from it?
Okay, well, my husband is going to spare, because I think I've seen Hamilton now 30 times and I just love it. And I think my internet stopped. We obviously we can't go to the theatre at the moment, and it really is the next best thing. So I've watched that numerous times. My 7-year-old son has been playing a Switch on it. So I was saying to Chris, it's basically like your Mario itself. It's amazing. And then movies, like I think that the whole kind of making memories and the experience of it, and like I keep reiterating, the fact that it can then pop down, so again that space is multifunctional, is so important now that we're having to work from home more.
I guess also open plan living has been the way people are living, especially in the UK. And I know from visiting you in the States, JJ, you guys have got big open plan spaces that you need to, kitchen, dining, living, but when you need it, if you can hide that TV, I think it's great, because the TVs, I know what my kids are like. It's like, can we put the TV on? Can we put the TV on? Because it's there, this black rectangle like behind me. It's easy to just sit down and fire up the TV. I think if you can hide it, then maybe it would take that distraction away, but then be used when it merits it for sport, gaming, and movies.
Yeah.
What's it like with football, Chris?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's not so good at the moment with no fans. But for the sports fans out there, for sports lovers, it's absolutely fantastic. There's not much at the moment you know, with Planet World in 4K, sorry, the Planet Earth with lots of the Attenborough stuff. You know, we've got the same problem as everyone else during lockdown. All our kids want to do is play Roblox on the iPad or watch American YouTubers make slime or color in trainers, and it's just everyone's watching weird stuff. And you know, we sit the kids down. We're going to watch something together as a family, something educational and engaging. That Planet Earth program on that screen is just like the best geography lesson you could ever have, and it keeps people's attention. So you've got education at home, it makes better. Theatre, you know, I'm sure theatre productions will go live, theatre productions recording live, streaming on a streaming service, pay per view, like a boxing match. Then you have sport, you have gaming with the Mario, you have your favorite movies, and Zoom on that thing. You know, if you're having a Zoom quiz, which we're all sick to death of, you know, but you can, even the little boxes that you normally have on your laptop become actual human head-sized people on the screen. And it's just, it brings so much more than big movies. It genuinely does enhance your lifestyle in ways that you probably didn't think it would before buying it.
Also, it just looks really cool when you press the button. There is something about holding a remote and then popping up.
Is it quite quiet? That more?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was just thinking, oh, can I take you through to our sitting room so I can play it? But that's.
Is it tensioned? The screen's tensioned. There's all the tensioning at the sides.
It's like got a cross bracket like this that folds flat, and then it kind of does that, and then at the sides it's got like fishing wire through the tabs, and it self tensions. It does like a little bit at the end.
Goes all the way up and then comes back down. Like that.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. And
like takes a breath. You know, it's like relax. It does.
Yeah. So how wide is like your 100-inch screen? You know, the cabinet that holds the screen. Is it 6 feet, 7 feet?
Yeah, it's I can get you the exact dimensions if I just look it up on my phone.
I think it's like 2.5 meters.
Okay.
2 meters 40. It's 2 meters.
247.
30 something, because the cabinet's 2 meters 40 wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fish. There you go.
So your plans for furniture, would that also include accommodating the screen? Because okay.
Yeah. So the whole cassette would just be kind of just dropped into the unit.
Wow.
So say I'm just trying to see your background, Chris. So your black kind of that curved unit, exactly like that.
Yeah.
So there would you could be able to almost channel the front of it out, reset, just pop it down, and then with the laser that could either come out on a sliding drawer.
I hate to mention another brand, but Chris, you'll be aware of them. A company, an American company that makes some awesome furniture and tech is Leon. And that's, I'm instantly thinking of some of the really cool stuff they do with artwork and hidden screens.
Such a cool brand and a massive inspiration to me. And you've got Hayden in the UK as well, making furniture for incorporating racks. And I think more and more, Leon for me have probably executed it the best. And they've got the might of that American economy behind them, and the largest custom market in the world to help them with that. And automated future automation for automated lifts and things that hide, again, these relatively niche products, because generally only available through home tech professionals, and generally at a higher price point for people who appreciate the value and can afford to incorporate these more custom elements into their home. With laser TV, that automation, automatic rising aspect to it is just an inherent aspect of the product. It's not an additional bracket that you have to buy to achieve that. So you kind of get that high-end automated home experience as part of its basic functionality. And that's one of the things that appealed to me as well.
So with the with the Vava remote and the screen, is it a separate remote? Can you add a third-party control system? Is there automation associated with this? How does the screen know when the projector turns on?
Yeah, it's got a 12-volt trigger,
Okay.
but it can also run from IR and Bluetooth and RF. And the Vava projector, we're currently in the process of creating a spectrum of drivers for third-party control systems. It's something I'm very familiar with, having to do that a lot in my other business. And we understand the value of that easy integration with people like Control 4 and Crestron and some of the other Elan and all these universal remote control solutions that are on the market. But as a product in itself, if you didn't have any of that, which is the vast majority of people who love technology, you can just use the little white Vava remote that comes with it, have your favorite apps on there, and when you switch it on, the 12-volt trigger will interrupt the screen to go up, and when you switch it off, it will come down.
So tomorrow I've got an installation in central London, 86-inch LG TV, a beast of a TV, as big as a TV as you can get at the moment. It's costing around about £4,000. A lot of labor though. 2 or 3 people are going to be there lifting, drilling, cutting holes, putting a bracket that's probably another 50 kilos, you know, as well. So that's costing around about £5,000 fully installed for this client.
Yeah.
What's the kind of damage we're looking at for the laser TV? Bear in mind, you're getting a much bigger screen potentially.
Well, it's same price. It's about £5,000 for 120 inch.
Okay.
So for 100 inch, it's about £4,500, and you're not putting any holes in the wall.
Yeah.
You're not creating any dust, and if and yeah, that's one of the benefits to it. So I think it represents great value for money, and that's something that's quite important to me when deciding which products I'm really going to get behind, because I think I saw the latest LG OLED at 77 inch was £25,000.
Yeah.
And that is just, you know, we'd all love to be able to just whatever it costs, I want it there. But with the laser TV, we're working with, and this is like anathema for the trade customers of mine, but we do want to have the avenue of selling it directly to consumers. We're not saying that there isn't, using a home technology professional to help you install this product will give you a better outcome. You will be able to calibrate the system properly. You will be able to tweak the picture settings so it looks as good as it can through the home tech professional, and they can perhaps advise you on better Wi-Fi and better speaker setup and better security, and generally make your home sing technology-wise a bit more in harmony than it is currently. But if you do want to buy it and just have it as a pop-up TV solution out the box, you can do that. And we're offering, using Klarna, which is a spread payment service in the UK, to divide it into 3 equal payments with 0 interest to try and make it more affordable. Through laser. Go on.
No, just to add to that, the fact that it is pop-up, like the difference obviously with a wall-hung television is that it has to stay there. Pop-up, you know, you can just shift it around the space, and if you are living in open plan, you know, you might want to watch it depending on where the sun is hitting the space, or kids might want it in a different area, or you know, if your kids are having a sleepover, you can just pop it in their bedroom, and it's
or if you rent,
that's the beauty of it.
If you're a rental, if you don't own the property. Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot more flexibility. How does it do in light? I mean, do you have to be in a dark room or pull the curtains, or does it work well with light?
Should I get all boring now with this? Maybe it's not too boring.
Can I just give you the short answer?
Yeah, do that.
It's amazing in full daylight. You can see it.
That's great.
Like as good a picture as this is now.
If you look at the screen material under a magnifying glass, you'll see that it's serrated like teeth, like shark's teeth, and the top side of the serration is flat. It's horizontal to the ceiling, perpendicular to the ceiling, and the underside of it is at an angle. Now the underside is where the laser shoots up, and then that angle refracts the laser light directly outwards to your eye level. So you're getting maximum light output from the screen. And the flat surface of the serration is blocking the ambient light that's coming down. And then the screen material itself is actually
So you
great.
can watch it during the day.
Sorry, I was falling asleep.
You
Sorry.
can watch it during the day. Yeah.
You can watch it during the day perfectly well. It's better with all the lights off, of course, but it's a perfectly watchable, far better than other, we've all gone to the pub and they've got a projector and it's, the World Cup, and it's absolutely, washed out image.
Like blurs.
I'm guessing then you can't use a white wall in your living room, or maybe you'd get some kind of output, but not as good as.
And so it's a particular type of screen material. You don't necessarily just want to go out and just get any type of screen. I mean, there's a screen, there's a particular type of screen that is available that is appropriate for the ultra short throw projector.
Yeah. And also something that I did really good listening, Chris. The fact that it is it's a grey screen, it makes the blacks black rather than a sludgy grey.
Wow, you do listen.
See? Exactly. But that's the beauty of it, because so the blacks are properly black rather than, like I say, a sludgy grey.
So you get some good shadowing.
Excellent shadowing.
In your dark scenes. That's cool.
So just to recap then, this is not a traditional TV in what we've had in our homes for years and years. Mm-hmm. It's an ultra short throw laser projector. It's giving screen sizes anywhere from 80 plus inches to 150 inches with only a small amount of space between the projector and the screen. You've got a roller app projector screen, which varies in size depending on how big a screen you want. The unit itself runs Android TV, so you can get your favorite apps. You can cast to it, which is great for home and business use. It's could be a DIY installation, but to get the best out of it, probably still go with the Home Tech Pro installation. And with the Pro, maybe they would improve the audio, maybe they would improve the picture quality, a little bit more than what you maybe do yourself. And the price is comparable with the 86-inch TV that I mentioned before, which I'm really excited about. It's not, a complete budget buster that, you're trying to squeeze another £4,000, £5,000, £6,000 out of a customer to get them to have this giant screen. And then ultimately it's hidden when you don't want it and you don't have this ugly screen. Like, I hate this behind me. That's why I'm a big fan of.
You saved the best bit for the very last there. You should have said that first.
Well, they can cut that. They can cut it in.
Yeah, can you put that first, the fact that it disappears?
That's what I like about it, because we're seeing the trend. I don't know if you've seen them, Megan, but these frame TVs where their artwork, when they're off. Maybe, it's that, an evolving of that, where people are liking hiding technology or disguising it. This goes all the way.
Chris, can you come and see it?
I'd love to come and see it. Yeah.
JJ, we can't. Brits aren't actually allowed in the USA at the moment. Full stop. But we're a very lax government, so you're very welcome to come here.
Oh man, I'd love to come over there. Actually, tickets are really affordable coming over there. They might not let me back in.
Chris, one evening next week, come down. We'll go for a drink, and then we can go watch a movie or something.
Okay, let's have a date. Yeah.
Perfect.
I wanted to.
I'm jealous.
Oh, sorry. We'll hook you in.
All right, there you
We'll get you in
go.
on
I'll
Tuesday.
Skype
Go
in.
live on Instagram. yeah.
But is this, that being said, is it available here in the States as well as in the UK?
It's available in the USA, but you can buy it from Vava directly, the projector part, and you buy the Vivid Storm is the brand of the screen. Always great Chinese names. Separately as well. And combine the two, you can do what we're doing in the UK. It's just I've negotiated the exclusivity on that to try and make it a success here. But also what we're doing a bit more innovation in terms of the furniture and the cabinetry.
Yeah.
And
That's what I'm excited to see. I want to see the furniture come together.
Cool.
I was talking to another integrator yesterday, Ben from B Electrical. Don't know if you know him, Chris.
Yeah, I know
we,
Ben.
We immediately
Mamba gloves.
Yeah, we immediately described a piece of furniture with Sonos Arc soundbar, space for your Apple TV, your Xbox, and we'd sketched it out in 10 minutes. We knew exactly what we needed, where the cables would come in. So, reach out to the installation community as well, who ultimately will be delivering this into homes around the country.
We need the installation community. That they are best placed to advise customers on the proper installation of the product. And if you are a trade professional, you can buy this solution from us with trade pricing, and we will. You will. You're not being hard done by us. It's a worthwhile tool product to have in your portfolio. The furniture aspect of it, just like you drew with B Electrical Ben, is similar what Megan and I have drawn with a fantastic furniture manufacturer, and I'm very excited about that aspect. And I think what I'm trying to do with the vision behind is change the whole purchase experience of technology for in the home, because at the moment, if you go to a technology store, it's still a very bad experience in my opinion. You're surrounded by screens, you're bamboozled by numbers, and often the motivation behind what the salesman is selling you isn't necessarily what's right for you. It could be what's the most commission for them. And I was reminded of an experience at IKEA. My kitchen is from IKEA. I'm not sure, and it comes to buying the integrated dishwasher at the appliance for the kitchen, and IKEA are just brilliant at it. They're like, we do 3 dishwashers. We do a best, a better, and a good, and they all fit in that space, and that's the way they do it. And they make the whole purchase experience extremely simple, and that's what we want to do with Siri, go away. And the similar sort of experience is what we're looking for from laser TV. It's like, what size do you want? That's probably the main driving thing.
Bigger, Mahusive. Yeah,
that's the number one question. Trust us on the specs. Trust us on it's going to be a great picture and it's going to support the formats you want. Now choose what color you want it in. Choose what day you want it delivered on, and hopefully it's a new way of buying TV for your home. So I'm very excited, and we'll be profiling that journey with the designing of the cabinets, going through manufacture, and the story with that aspect over the coming weeks on our social media channels, which is on Instagram. It's at lasertv.co.uk.
Okay, cool. I didn't know you had your own Insta profile for the Laser TV. So as we get towards the end of the episode, I didn't add this to the questions, but we ask this to every guest who comes on the show. We're going to start with Megan. Except Laser TV, because you can't use that as your answer. What's the one home tech device that you could not live without?
My surround sound speakers.
Awesome.
They're not speakers.
There you go.
Yeah. You said
Megan loves Sonos.
You said Sonos?
Yeah.
It's like everybody says Sonos.
Is that right, JJ? Am I wrong?
No,
You're dead on.
Very correct.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
Everybody mentions that one for sure. How about you, Chris?
Mine would have to be my Nespresso coffee maker,
Okay.
because I am addicted to caffeine, and I like just I must have about 10 or 12 coffees a day.
Oh my God.
It's bad. Yeah, it's a problem. I'm hoping I'm hoping there'll be an intervention soon,
Yeah.
and I'll get put into rehab, and they'll clean me up. But yeah, I'm addicted to coffee.
Well, not tea, it's coffee.
Not tea. I do like tea. I must admit, I do like tea. I can go for a tea. Normally, when I'm a little bit hungover, a sugary cup of tea is what I'll opt to do. That's a little indicator. When my wife sees me of a morning not have a coffee, and I
She
reach
knows.
for the tea jar, yeah, she knows
It's
he's
a
had
late
too
night.
much to drink. He's feeling it.
Yeah.
We've all been there. She'll say, "You all right? You got a little headache this morning?" I'll be like, "Nope, I'm absolutely fine. Not a problem." Get the tea bags out, and she knows. I'm absolutely
The head is a pounded.
yes.
So guys, let us know then where people can find you. And a lot of our audience will know Chris, but Megan, they will not know you. So tell us, Megan, where can we find out more about Megan Ace?
Well, my Instagram handle is at Megan Ace Interiors, and my website is meganaceinteriors.co.uk. I've got Facebook as well, and Pinterest. Not Twitter. Actually, I have got Twitter, but I don't really tend to use Twitter so much. I think Twitter is more like techie and corporate.
Get tweeting. And where are you primarily working? Do you do projects in London as well?
My residential projects are mainly in Worcestershire. I've got a young family, so that's where I want to keep it for now. But I do quite a lot of brand collaborations, and use my social media platforms to kind of reach new audiences for them and create content for them, and then that can be all over.
And Chris, you've got about 200 businesses. Which is the best one to get you on?
For this particular project, the laser TV one, but my Instagram is CJ Pinder, and my Twitter handle is Chris Pinder, and I'm just launched a blog on pinder.com.
Cool.
And it's all on there.
Busy. That's super cool.
Yeah, super busy, very busy.
Well, I have absolutely.
Oh my gosh, he is impossible to pin down. It's so frustrating. I feel for his wife, honestly.
I've learned a lot today. I'm super excited about this new product that's coming out, and can't wait to see one in person and get to not only see it but to listen to it. Sounds like it has a fantastic speaker package to it as well.
Thanks, JJ.
Yeah. And the cabinet. I think Megan, we're gonna have to have you back on once this cabinet comes out.
Really? You'll have me back?
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I feel so pleased. Chris basically was like, "Don't say anything."
No.
No, he didn't really. He didn't. He was kind.
Guys,
yeah, I'll come back. And I'm just, Chris, I'm just looking at your little side table there, the kind of mid-century legs that's standing on. I think to be able to offer even do you want legs on it? Do you want kind of brass pins as legs, or do you want that kind of mid-century Scandi look? To be able to just adapt it depending on who's buying it, just really quick and easy. I think that's exactly what
I think the furniture, even with the furniture, you could easily see somebody dropping £10,000 on this in that Notting Hill, Holland Park, Chelsea kind of home. It would just go down a storm. I could see it on King's Road in an interior design showroom.
Yeah.
With that on-trend furniture styling as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
When TVs first came out, it's effectively a big cabinet, and do you remember radio rentals?
Yeah.
People used to rent their TVs quite most people, and maybe we can bring a bit of that back, where the whole experience of the TV guys coming and installing your TV. It's in the cabinet. You know, we've gone back to the 40s, 50s.
With style.
But again, the whole, exactly. And maybe Megan will just come up with some nice outfits for the engineers as well, and tie it all in so it's on trend. And do some mood boards and some inspo boards for that.
But even offering a color matching service, everything like that, and changing those touch points, being able to create interchangeable touch points from and furniture from brass to chrome, how to leather, depending on who's buying it. I think all of those tiny little changes are going to make it, well, all the sweet stuff.
It's like the one piece of furniture that the husband and wife, or the boyfriend and girlfriend, or boyfriend, girlfriend couple will enjoy.
So many options these days.
Yeah, is you know, there's normally that jarring and that battle you have. I want the 65-inch TV. I'm not having that in the corner of my room. You know, this might be the one tech product that brings harmony in people's
Chris, that's beautiful. That's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask if you could voice control it. With it being Android TV, can you?
I've tried.
Summon the TV by Google Assistant.
I have tried. It doesn't listen.
It does say it supports it, but I must admit it hasn't been the best. But that doesn't mean
you can do it with a control system, a Logitech or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
We're every day we're improving its viability in the Western market, because it has been a very Eastern product, and it had a closed API before. We had to force them to open that up, and as an integrator, you'll know that having back doors into these products so you can make them function as you want is important. And for the Chinese, they like having back door. they have a back door into most products, so they just gave us access on that so we can make the drivers. What else was there that we had to do? Yeah, some of the English translation wasn't quite what it should have been. There was some random Chinglish, but the product now is there, I think, and I wouldn't be getting behind it in such a big way if I couldn't hang my hat on it.
Have you got it in your home, Chris?
I have.
Did you have a home cinema before? Have you got a home cinema?
It wouldn't qualify for a CEDIA classification of a home cinema. It'd be more of a media. Yeah, more of a media room. I had a 65-inch plasma.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And yeah.
And upgraded.
I've upgraded. Yeah,
cool.
And it's I upgraded just at the right time as well, because we're not on official lockdown, but we're spending a lot more time in the home.
Look what's happening though, guys. Cinemas are closing, massive cinema chains, thousands of jobs lost, which is
Cineworld.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, here in the States as well, a lot of the cinemas are closing, and that but the people still want that experience of being watching a large screen. And I think there's a threshold of maximum size definitely for a television versus seeing truly that how the short throw projector could really benefit a room without having this ode to a television in your family room, or
I think ultimately also it just provides escapism for 2 or 3 hours. It just completely transports you to a different place, and we all need that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, friends, I really appreciate y'all coming on and visiting with us today, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And as we say on every episode at the end of the Digital Ramble episode, if you don't know, find a home tech pro.
Very factually accurate as to what it's like to be in the American Navy Air Force. I'm sure it's exactly like the movie.
Oh, exactly like that for sure. Beach volleyball in
Yeah.
between flights, you know, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all trained by Tom Cruise himself. He's like, yeah, I did all the training. It was amazing. Okay, well, I'm going to be a lot shorter. That took ages, so.
Sorry, I do apologise.
All right, guys, thank you. I appreciate your time tonight. I know it's 10 o'clock here now, so.
Yeah.
Chris, I don't want our camera to go any lower either. So
I'm already in the spare room. This is the dog.
Honestly, when we chatted before, it was dodgy. I put it back.
This is the doghouse. This room. This is where I have to come. You know, if I've get home a bit too late, or you know, this is the spare room. So,
cup of tea.
He knows it well.
I've got my cup of tea.
There you
I've
go.
got my cup of tea.
All right, folks. Thank you all so much. Y'all have a great evening.
Thank you.
Guys, really nice
Good
to
to
meet
see
you
you.
both.
Nice to
care,
meet y'all
guys.
too. Take care, Megan. See you, Chris.
I'll see you soon.
Good slogan.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Oh, thank you guys. Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
It wasn't
Okay,
too
that
painful. Not
that
too
was good.
painful.
No.
Good. Good.
It was a good conversation.
Mm.